The north coast of Western Australia is home to the largest pearl shells in the world, the Pinctada maxima. And today, the town of Broome still prospers on the back of the pearling industry, with several pearling companies and scores of retail outlets. But the story of Broome's pearling past is as colourful as the pearl itself. The town site of Broome was first gazetted back in 1883, but there was little interest shown in the fledgling town. Then, 10 years later, Broome became the first point of contact for a telegraphic cable, linking Australia to the rest of the world. And overnight, Broome boomed. From the early 1900s to the First World War, Broome experienced a golden age. There was huge demand for pearl shell, or mother of pearl, worldwide. It was carved into ornaments like cutlery, hair clips, combs and crucifixes. It was inlaid into pistols, tables, walking sticks and mirrors, and used all over the world to make the humble button. Pearls themselves were a rare but treasured byproduct of the shell industry. At its height, Broome was home to some 400 luggers and around 4,000 workers. With an exemption to the White Australia policy and Broome's proximity to Asia, labour was recruited primarily from Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan and the Philippines. Broome became a Wild West town, especially when the crews hit town to blow their hard-earned cash at brothels, gambling houses and opium dens.
You can imagine, you got 6,000 Asians here and 6 coppers. There was a lot of fightings, and I put it down to the 3 Gs, It was either grog, gambling or girls.
The town soon became divided along racial and social lines. The pearling masters were the elite, enjoying a colonial lifestyle of social engagements and entertaining in their white suits amidst their shady bungalows. But as lucrative as pearl diving was, it brought misery and death. Little was understood of the deadly effects of divers' paralysis, later to be known as the bends, and hundreds of Japanese divers would never return to their homelands to the north. Then on March 2nd, 1942, Broome was attacked by Japanese aircraft. With cannon fire, they destroyed 24 aircraft and killed over 100 people. By the 50s, Broome's pearling industry was just getting back on its feet, and with the world demand for pearl shell greater than ever, a bright future seemed assured. Then, in 1958, disaster struck, the advent of the plastic button. A year later, it was all over for the pearl shell industry. Luggers were given away and sometimes burned for lack of buyers. Broome was doomed. But not for long. The Japanese had been cultivating small pearls since the end of the 19th century, and in the late 50s they commenced top-secret experiments in Kuri Bay, north of Broome, to perfect the cultivation of large round pearls. Soon they were producing the world's largest cultured pearls from the trusty Pinctada maxima. The pearling industry grew rapidly through the 60s and 70s and boomed into the 80s and 90s. Today, it is a $200 million a year operation, with pearling companies now operating from Shark Bay to the extreme north of the Kimberley coast. The annual pearl harvest bears testimony to one of Mother Nature's glorious wonders, the South Sea pearl.